Yeah, my name is Jose. I'm a student at JTech. I'm going to show you how a torque converter works. Here, this is where it's bolted to the motor. This is where you bolt it in the front. Back here is where you put the input shaft for the transmission. And then you just bolt it back. You just pull it back here. So flywheel for the motor. It's connected. All the power goes to the motor from here to the transmission in the back. Then you'll take the cap off. This is basically the lock-on clutch. It's also spring-loaded. And on the other side of this is the turbine. Sorry about that. The inner part right here in the middle is also known as the stator. It basically just helps the flow of the fluid inside. And right here is the impeller. Now these three all work together. The fluid for they use fluid. What it does is it'll go through in here, it'll come out through the center, and then it'll also come through the stator, which also flows a different way depending on if you're accelerating or at a stop, or just cruising. And then, when it comes to this, it's also the same thing. It flows in through the outside, flows back into through the middle. And then when they're all put together, they all work together in a way to where you will get enough torque for say if you are hauling a boat out of the water. When you're hauling a boat out of the water, you're going to need more torque. So that's where the vortex comes in. When you're accelerating and you need the torque, what it does is all the fluid flows through together, and then it just brings all the power from the motor to this through the transmission. Allows you to have more torque, and it allows it's basically just better for hauling. And then you have your rotary flow. When that happens, it's just when you're just cruising at decent speed. It's when you're, say, on the highway going 60. Not much going on, everything's just flowing smoothly. This is just sitting there, free. Basically just free spinning on its own. Then once it's all back together, just put it all back together real quick. And then there are three phases when it comes to this. Phase one is called stall. Stall is when you're at say you're at a red light, your brakes on the pedal. It happens when the impeller is moving, but the turbine isn't because there's no torque being pressured through. And so that's just how it is when you're holding the brake pedal. And then there's phase two when you're accelerating. Your impeller is moving at a higher speed. Excuse me. And there are no brakes applied. And then the turbine also moves also. And then phase three is the coupling, when the vehicle is moving fast enough and the turbine and the impeller are moving almost equal in speed. One's 90%, one's at 100%. And that's basically just how the torque converter works. Thank you.